So sorry, Luis. I missed that. I can hear you. Oh, how about now? There we go. Yep, we are. Perfect. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Why did that just happen?
Made it. All right.
Ready with my dog.
It's 9 a.m. We're going to call the Board of Supervisors 9 o'clock meeting to order. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Yes, good morning. Let the record reflect all supervisors are present.
And do we have any additions or corrections for closed session by county council?
No additions or corrections, Chair.
Okay, we have closed session today, items 1A through D. This is a time for the public to comment on any of these closed session items. And I don't see anybody in chambers, nobody online today. Wow. Okay, we will recess and then we will reconvene at 10:30.
All right, Rich, Louise, I'm going to go ahead and share a quick video. You guys let me know if you can hear it up there, please. Ready? All right, I see the thumbs up. I can't press play. There it is.
We made a promise that we would not forget.
The lives that were impacted
Perfect.
and lost.
Thank you so much, guys.
Testing.
Didn't know you were jumping right into it. Okay, there we go.
All right, that was the podium mic.
Oh, that's good. Sorry, that's my mistake.
All right.
Testing mic 15,
Good.
testing mic 16,
Wonderful.
Mic number 3.
Good.
Mic number 4.
Good.
Mic number 5.
Good.
mic number 12,
Good.
Mic number 7.
Good.
mic number 10,
Good.
Mic number 9.
Fantastic. Valerie, would you be so kind?
Clerk's mic,
Wonderful. Can we do the wireless mics as well?
wireless mic 1,
Great.
wireless mic 2.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. but I'm doing it this year on heals and damage, so I'm more likely like the problem in this game. Oh shit! What was that? Oh, I'm unmuted. My mistake.
There's a, what happened when you save that as a PDF? Good morning, everyone. We're running a few minutes behind, so we're going to reconvene our Monterey County Board of Supervisors meeting. I'm going to ask our clerk to call the roll, please.
Good morning. Let the record reflect all supervisors are present.
Thank you. And we're going to go to our Spanish interpreter, Diego Celis, to make his announcement.
Muy buenos días a todos. Mi nombre es Diego Celis, eres intérprete español-inglés, inglés-español para el día de hoy. Si está planeando hacer un comentario y necesita servicio de intérprete, favor hablar lenta y suficientemente fuerte para que yo lo escuche. Favor hacer una pausa al final de sus oraciones para asegurarse de que tengo la oportunidad de interpretarme. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, Diego. And I want to ask Supervisor Church if you could lead us today in the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Supervisor Church. Madam Clerk, any additions or corrections?
Yes, there's one, and that is in addition to the adjournment, and that is to adjourn in memory of George Fontes.
Thank you. We will go to now our ceremonial resolutions. We have items 2 through 9 on the agenda today. Could we have a motion and a second? Moved by Lopez, second by Adams. Is there any members of the public who would like to comment on any of these ceremonial resolutions that we will be presenting in just a few minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those against, a motion carries unanimously. Let's see here. Let's start with item number 5, the resolution recognizing the first inaugural season of Monterey Bay Football Club, a professional soccer team in Monterey County. And that is going to be presented by Supervisor Mary Adams.
That we have someone from the football club. Can you come forward?
Someone,
Well, good morning, everyone. This is a really nice one to be able to present, and I'm absolutely honored that you are here today with us, Jonathan. You want to tell us your last name
Carpenter,
and your responsibilities?
Vice President for the club.
Thank you so much. Thank you again for being here. Your club has done an amazing job here in Monterey County, and we wanted to just simply say thank you. And so we wanted to present you with the resolution. You've probably received these before all over the world, but we have lots and lots of whereases to say, and I'm just going to read a couple of them before I just simply speak about what it is that I think your club has brought to our county and for which we're really thankful. Whereas you signed 2 California State University Monterey alumni, Santa Cruz native Valmer Martinez and Watsonville native Adrian Riballer, bookmarking the roster with 2 local players. That was really important. You partnered with Taylor Farms to donate $500 to the local community for every goal scored in the club's inaugural season, a total of $21,000, as Monterey Bay Football Club scored 42 goals. You partnered with Coastal Roots Hospitality on Military Appreciation Night. You worked on a task force for local nonprofit organizations, sold special edition breast cancer awareness sweatshirts on Breast Cancer Awareness Night, with purchases donated to the Montage Health Foundation's Carol Hatton Breast Cancer Center. Boys and Girls Club, the Bagel Corner. This is one of the things that I like very much. My chief of staff, who is with us today, Colleen Courtney, has enjoyed coming to the games, lots of the games. And one of the things that she told me she appreciated so much was at the end of the game, all of the bagels that were not used and taken, eaten by people were donated, taken over to Salinas, to some of the areas for the unhoused people. And I thought that that was just it's a very special thing to do. So I was very proud of that. But you brought local schools from around the Tri-County area together for back to school night, from El Gabalon Elementary School, Marina High School, Aptos High School, Monterey Peninsula College, and CSUMB. Your inaugural home opener at Cardinale Stadium took place on May 7th, 2022, when the Union played in front of a debut crowd of 5,038 folks. And on the night of the 2022 home finale, the Crisp and Kelp played in front of a record sold-out crowd of 5,705, the club's first ever sellout event. So now therefore be it resolved that the Monterey County Board of Supervisors, on behalf of the county and all residents thereof, hereby congratulate the Monterey Bay Football Club on the incredible success of their first inaugural season and recognize the efforts of valuable community engagement throughout the county of Monterey. Personally, I just want to say that what you've done is really amazing for all of us here in the county. You've given us something else to do, whether it's families or couples or simply people who are interested in another thing to pursue. That's what you guys have done. You've really raised the bar for many people who have enjoyed watching, quote, soccer and letting them know that it's really football and how much there is to learn about the sport. The integrity of the players getting engaged in the community has been phenomenal. Going to classrooms, the way the children come out and, and escort the players onto the field, just so many things that one would not really anticipate. I used to live in London and I enjoyed so much going to the football matches at Arsenal because I live near there. So this is a very special thing for all of us. So on behalf of all the people in Monterey County, thank you so much. And I hope you'll say a couple of words.
Well, thank you so much for the kind words. It's very, very humbling. The fans and community have been so welcoming to us here ever since we announced our arrival. And to add on to something that I'm proud of, so we can find the next Adrian and Walmer to add to our club, we started a Monterey Bay FC 2 club this season. We are playing USL League 2, and we are currently undefeated. We have won every game except for our last game. We had to come from behind a draw to tie 2-2. And so our next match is here in Salinas at Rabobank on Saturday at 3 p.m. So those that are here that are local, you can hope to see you out there cheering us on. And we're so thankful to be here. We're thankful to be a part of this community, and we're looking forward to doing our role to be a positive, provide a positive impact to youths and families. And thank you again for the honor.
Thank you so very much. Here you go. Great. And we wish you very many more hat tricks. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Football. Let's go to Union.
Let's go, Union. All right, thank you for that presentation, and we want to wish the Monterey Bay Union Football Club a lot more success. They have, I agree with everything Supervisor Adams said. They've been a really positive driving force in the community, something the community can get excited and united, and but us, plus all the different games to celebrating the diverse communities, including LGBT month. So I think all those things are really appreciated, and the engagement with the local youth soccer teams as well. So we thank you for really being such a positive thing in our county moving forward. So our next resolution will be presented by Supervisor Askew in honor of celebrating Salinas Juneteenth Committee and the Seaside Juneteenth Committees.
If we could circle back to that one, we're waiting on just a couple people.
Okay, perfect. Let's go to Supervisor Lopez. He has an important one today. This is a resolution honoring Sandra Olivares upon her retirement from the County of Monterey after 18 years of dedicated public service. And this is one of his team members that is retiring in just a few days from now.
I've known Sandra more than half my life. I met Sandra when I was 16,
at my parents' house at a small event that they were able to put together for Simon Salinas. And she has been like a second mother to me. From the point I joined the county, she was a guardian angel for me, watching over me, making sure that I stayed on a good path, helped me make sound decisions. And it's really hard to stand up here today and say thank you. And I'm going to miss you because those words don't cover it. Sandra has been serving the residents of the 3rd District for about 26 years, I think, in total, between her time on the 24 between her work with the county, but also her work with Simon when he was in the assembly. She is that face that most people associate with the office. When they call for a quarter decade, she's been the person who answers the phone, who makes sure that people feel heard and seen and respected. And I think that is the biggest lesson that I carried from my time learning from Sandra, is you treat everyone the same. It doesn't matter if they're the person with the biggest payroll in this county or the person who can't make ends meet. You give them the ultimate respect. You meet them where they are, and you make sure that at the end of the day, you treat everyone with dignity. And Sandra doesn't just speak those words, she walks that life every single day. Her faith is strong in God, and we know why. She shows it in the way that she lives her life. And Sandra, from the core of who I am, have to say thank you to you for keeping my life straight, for making sure that I always got to where I needed to be. And I'm so happy for you to be hitting this milestone. And I know that you're going to be spending a lot of time with Albert, her son. And we're just so excited for this next part of your journey. We know there'll be time in Puerto Rico. There'll be a lot more time with family. And I don't have the words enough to say thank you. I know that Priscilla is here today, and so is Monica, and there's so many lives you've touched throughout this county with your work, with your dedication. And so we wanted to take the time today to pause, say thank you, and say congratulations. We're a couple weeks early. Sandra won't retire officially until the first week of July. But as I said last week, this is Sandra's month. We're going to be celebrating her all month. So you'll still have time to call the office and say congratulations. But Sandra, thank you for your dedication and service to the people of Monterey County, to the people of the 3rd District, to me. You've been an incredible friend. You've been like a mother to me, and I'll never be able to repay the debt that I owe to you. Thank you. You want to say anything?
Very nervous that I'm a crybaby. But thank you too for everything, for being the best boss I could ever have. And thank you for your support. Thank you for everything you've done for me. I appreciate you so much. And it is such an honor working with you and working with my colleagues, the best colleagues. And I love being a part of the family of County of Monterey. And I just love my job. And I love doing what I did for everyone. And thank you again. And thank you, everyone.
Priscilla in the picture too.
Yeah.
Priscilla, Monica, the team. Team Lopez.
Thank you.
All right. And Sandra, you got 2 weeks to change your mind too, just as an option, But on my behalf, formerly serving as a state assembly member for this area, I want to thank you because you did serve very well. You treated the community with respect and with love and professionalism, courtesy. Every day that you worked for the county under Simon and then under Supervisor Lopez. So I really want to thank you personally for also being such a great public servant and really making a positive difference in the lives of so many people here in Monterey County. Muchas gracias and happy retirement. Yeah. Ready? Yeah. Okay. All right, I got three before we go to Supervisor Ask You. We're going to start here, everyone. This month, we just approved a resolution proclaiming the month of June 2023 as Elder Justice and Vulnerable Dependent Adult Abuse Awareness Month. And I want to present this to Diana Jimenez from our Department of Social Services, if she's here. And also I have Gloria Rivera Perez and Bobby Blakeney. If they come up, thank you. And this resolution, it's intended to raise awareness about this important issue and the important work that is done by our county staff in our adult protective services as well. I won't read this whole resolution, but it does read, the Elder Justice Act in 2010 was enacted to address abuse, neglect, and exploitation of the aged. Its reauthorization in 2020 included the safety and security of vulnerable dependent adults, raising additional awareness of cultural, demographic factors, and socioeconomic barriers, which included ageism, ableism, systemic and systematic racism, as elder abuse is a public health and social justice issue, recognizing most elder abuse cases involve trusted individuals using their positions of power to encumber older adults through coercion and or fraud. The victimization of our aged and vulnerable populations cannot be resolved by one agency, as the Monterey County Adult Protective Services collaborates with advocacy organizations, health, and law professionals to detect, evaluate, and prosecute abusers as they work with fewer resources and are underfunded far below levels necessary for effective implementation of best practices. Our senior, quote unquote, seniors deserve our respect and attention as they infinitely are valuable, worthy, and regard, protection, and attentive respect, which builds relationships of trust, safety, and well-being. Therefore, the Monterey County Board of Supervisors, on behalf of our residents, hereby joins the Area Agency of Aging Advisory Council in recognizing the month of June 2023 as Elder Justice and Vulnerable Dependent Adult Abuse Awareness Month. So with that, I'll pass the microphone and say some words as well.
Thank you. Good morning, Chair Alejo, board members, county employees, and members of the public. My name is Gloria Rivera Perez, and I'm a program manager in Aging and Adult Services staff here on behalf of Diana Jimenez, our deputy director. I'd like to thank you for adopting this resolution to designate June as the Elder and Dependent Adult Abuse Awareness Month to bring attention to the importance of recognizing and reporting suspected abuse. This resolution was written by Area Agency on Aging, AAA, Advisory Council member Bobby Blakeney, and I'd like to acknowledge and thank her. Elder abuse is a silent problem that takes away from seniors' dignity, security, and physical and mental well-being. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, 1 in 10 seniors aged 60 and older are abused or neglected each year. Yet it's estimated that only 1 in 24 cases is brought to the attention of law enforcement and social services. This translates to over 9,000 Monterey County seniors suffering in our local communities. Many will be subjected to more than one type of abuse, most likely from someone they know. This includes neglect, financial, physical, sexual, emotional, or psychological abuse. Some signs of abuse can include bruises, broken bones, burns, bed sores, weight loss, sudden change in alertness, missing medication, money, or possessions. The consequences of abuse are traumatic and include a decrease in health and quality of life, isolation and depression, increase in hospitalizations, suicide, and mortality, and a rise in costs for medical interventions, law enforcement, and social services. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Becky Pimentel, and I am one of 3 supervisors for Adult Protective Services. I've been a social worker here for Monterey County for about 15 years, and so I am really honored to be here today addressing the public and the board. And this is very important to us. And I just want to talk a little bit about the team that does the work on a daily basis. So Monterey County has 13 adult protective services social workers. It's not a lot. We're a smaller agency, but we are very efficient and we are very mighty with what we do. With the resources that we are provided, we do a lot of amazing work. And I'm being generous and saying we, because actually the social workers on a daily basis are the ones who are out in the field doing this work. So in the past 12 months, this team of 13 social workers have responded to about 3,000 reports of suspected abuse. This includes making home visits during COVID pandemic shelter in place, mandates to assess the safety potential victims of abuse. And so I really want to take the time to acknowledge their dedication to the fight of elder justice, because during this entire time, they never stopped. And they have been making home visits even through the pandemic. And even when we knew very little about what we were exposing ourselves to, they were just dedicated. And so I really want to acknowledge the selflessness of their dedication. I also want to say that this type of work really needs everybody's attention and everybody's involvement. We can't do it alone. We rely on the public to be able to inform us of what's going on. And so I just want to call everybody to action for that. And so during the month of June and throughout the year, we want to encourage you to take action to help address this mistreatment of abuse of elder adults and disabilities and adults with disabilities. This could include checking in often with older adults who you know don't have friends or family members. Learn to recognize elder abuse. Gloria mentioned a couple signs that we can look out for. Report suspected elder abuse. You don't have to be certain, but if you suspect something, please feel free to call us. Listen and provide support to caregivers. If you suspect someone you know is a victim of elder abuse or neglect, you can call law enforcement or you can call the Department of Social Services. We can be reached at 831-755-4466 from 8 to 5. We also have an after hours because we are 24 hours a day, every day of the year, because abuse never takes a break. And you can reach us on weekends and after hours at 831-770-7541 to make this report. And I just want to also acknowledge that I have about half of the team here in the public, and I just really want to thank them all for their dedication to elder justice and ensuring that our elders in Monterey County remain safe. So thank you.
Good morning and thank you. My name is Bobby Blakeney, and I am a member of the Advisory Council to the Area Agency on Aging. And I want to make this sign. That means all of us and all people, regardless of age, which is now ageism, or disability ableism, should be able to live independently and participate fully in their communities. Every person should have the right to make choices to control their decisions with regard to their lives and their health. The right to self-determination includes decisions about their homes and work, as well as other daily choices most adults make without a second thought. Now, that is one of the missions of ACL, the Administration Council on the Administration Community of Living, which is one of the stakeholders with regard to APS and any of the other social departments that we have. And they were created in 2012. However, the supervisors and our council person and Miss Valerie were given bags today. You may see some duplication in the materials. Feel free to share. The bags are provided by the National Center on Elder Abuse. There are 27 satellite offices in the United States, and we are privileged here in California that one of the satellite sites is down at University of Southern California. It is unfortunate that it took decades for elder abuse to come about as the government did not realize that until the middle of Second World War. That's in 1935, when widows were unhoused. There were parents that were left behind when a lot of the military persons went on to World War II. They came back traumatized, and they were not looked after as well as we should have been taken care of them. With that, elder abuse has grown by leaps and bounds exponentially. And it's unfortunate that the monies keep dwindling down because the services are far greater than what is being allocated. So with that, once again, we're all in it. We would, if you have time, the ombudsman at the Alliance on Aging always needs volunteers. And if you see something, do say something. We don't want to be in that situation. And the other thing that I do want to bring to your attention, even though a person may pick their own caregiver, it's usually a family member is the worst perpetrator. Thank you.
We'll present this to you. Thank you very much. Yes. And we'll ask Lori Medina to join us, the director. And come on in, everybody. Take this photo. Congratulations. Thank you very much for your advocacy. Appreciate that. And next I have, we're gonna honor two retirees, but this one is from Natividad. We're gonna ask Cher Kraus from Natividad Department of Finance manager. We're gonna be honoring this resolution recognizing Remegia L. Esteban upon her retirement from over 27 years of public service with Natividad Medical Center Accounting Department. So do you want to say some comments first?
Sure.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Want to start
Remy.
with you?
This is Remy Esteban. I've only worked with Remy only for a few years, but long enough to know she has excellent work ethics. She's hardworking, she's committed, and she do whatever it takes to get the work done. It is our pleasure on behalf of the Board of Supervisors and Natividad Hospital. It is our honor to present this award to Remy Esteban for her 27 years of dedicated service in the finance department at Natividad Hospital. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Cher. And ultimately, thank you, Remy. Remy is part of the institution. She's been, like we said, with Natividad for 27 years. One of the fantastic things about Natividad, I think everybody here knows, is the Natividad family. And she is somebody that's been here for a long time. I've been with Natividad almost 13 years, and I've heard Remy's name for that entire time, regardless of the role I was serving for the hospital. So Remy, we're really appreciative the entire hospital, and of course, thank you, Board of Supervisors, for recognizing Remy as well.
Yes. And everyone, for those who don't know Remy, she was raised in the Philippines and traveled to the United States when she was only 26 years old due to her husband being in the military. She began her career with Natividad Medical Center on July 15th, 1996 as an account clerk, but then was later promoted to senior account clerk and is now an accounting tech. She's been a key member of the finance department for 27 years, where her dedication and commitment to the organization has been outstanding, as she has always been willing to help in the front line of finance. She has commuted from Marina to Salinas for many years because her Natividad Medical Center coworkers have become her family. As stated by her peers, Remy is truly one of a kind, and we will all be sad to see her go. She is the mother of Jeremy and Jonathan and grandmother of 2 grandkids, Addie and Eris. So on behalf of the Board of Supervisors, Remy, we want to wish you a happy retirement. Thank you for all you've done for the people of Monterey County. Muchas gracias. And I don't know if you want to share some words. Yeah, have heard. I will say something.
Well, first, I'd like to thank God for today. We are all here. And I thank you for all the gracious and wonderful people of Monterey County that supported me and helped me. I love my job, and Natividad and Monterey County became my family. And I also would like to thank you, my family. My son is here, and my boss, Cher, Sylvia is in there, and our CEO, Dr. Harris. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you all. Thank you. You have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. All right. Congratulations. Cheers and mabuhay. The last retiree, I'm very honored on this retirement to call up Mr. Dwayne Woods. All right, Mr. Dwayne Woods. Everybody, there's a lot on this reso, and I'm not going to read this. We'll be here for an hour. But this man is very accomplished. And this is really an honor for me because I really worked since I became a supervisor in 2017. I was really honored to work with this man, a guy who I respect, who I think is a brilliant mind and who contributed a lot to Monterey County during his entire tenure here. He had the tough job though, because he's in the Department of Finance, so he had to keep all the different departments on budget as best as he could. But in the end, he really implemented a lot of great policies that has helped us grow and be stronger financially, and also oversaw some projects that I think are critical. So it is our honor today to present this resolution to our assistant CAO on his retirement after 23 years of dedicated public service to the residents of Monterey County, but a total of 25 years of total public service to the people of California. He began his public service career as a juvenile counselor with the Butte County Probation Department. So that was a big change from probation to finance. But then he was subsequently promoted to a management analyst for the city of Pasadena in 1998. But in August 2000, Dwayne Ray Woods began his tenure with the County of Monterey as our finance manager with the Office of the Public Defender, and quickly advanced through the ranks, serving as a principal administrative analyst, a county budget director in 2006, and assistant county administrative officer in 2013. I'm going to read just some of these things because I think these are some landmark accomplishments that he led on during his tenure with our county. He led staff in the successful financial turnaround on Natividad Medical Center, restructuring reporting and oversight both fiscally and administratively of the hospital. He here spearheaded the acquisition of the remodel of the 300,000 square foot Class A office space at the Schilling Complex, and provided oversight and project management of this beautiful remodeled 40 million east-west building just across the way here, the historic courthouse that is now used as the offices for our district attorney. He also successfully negotiated favorable terms regarding the AB 85 with the County State Department of Finance, retaining in excess of $8 million annually for the county. He successfully managed and oversaw the annual budget in excess of $1.5 billion, but he helped increase the cash on hand from $13 million to over $100 million, therefore eliminating the temporary cash flow loans. He also helped manage our county financial ratings that went from a downgrade rating in 2003 to a stable AA rating in 2016, and oversaw that increased fund balances from 31.8 million to over 140 million. During this time, there was a lot of new laws that went into place. So he helped negotiate a lot of the labor agreements when it came to PEPRA reform in Sacramento. And then most recently, I was also really proud as a member of the budget committee to work with Dwayne and successfully implementing and instituting financial policies for the prepayment of pension obligations under the newly established County 115 Pension Trust. Last thing I would say is that he played a pivotal role in the county achieving a AAA rating from Moody's Investor Service with a positive outlook, and also a AA rating from Standard & Poor's, which is S&P, and which cited the county's strong management practices. So with that, Dwayne, I think there's a lot more on here, but we want to just take a moment to really thank you after so many years of public service, that you be acknowledged and thanked for a lot of the great work that will remain here because you instituted those policies and those programs here. And so we want to say that the Board of Supervisors, on behalf of all our residents, hereby wishes to express its sincere appreciation for the dedicated public service and many accomplishments of Dwayne Ray Woods to the residents of the County of Monterey and the people of California in various capacities from January 1994 to June 2023. And we want to wish you the very best on your well-deserved retirement, brother. Thank you very much. Present that to you. Look here some minutes.
You sure you want to hand me the mic? All right. So, all I have to really say is that over the years I've worked at this organization, the only thing that really mattered was the people. That's all that matters. And everything you do is to help the people that you work with and the people that you serve. Having said that, I talk a little too much. So the one good thing about when you work at a place for a long time is the people cycle through, so I can tell my stories over and over again. And that's what I'm missing now, because my family is saying, I've heard that already. So, but I really want to appreciate everybody here, all the past boards, everybody that trained me, taught me, put up with me, and allowed me to work at this organization for as long as I did, which I'm surprised about. But I do appreciate it, and thank you so much. And I really, really have enjoyed 23 years of this organization.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And we want to ask our, hold on, we want to ask our board to come take a photo. Oh, have our CEO come up and, oh, yes. And then we'll ask our CEO, say some words first, but I'll ask our board to walk up meanwhile so we can take a picture with you. And we're going to pass the mic to CAO Sonia De La Rosa.
Dwayne, let me begin by thanking you. I didn't have the privilege of working with Dwayne very long, but he did work with 2 prior CAOs. Yeah. And I know they thought very highly of him. So I thought it would be great to have you come in today. I know that you are doing other things now, but to give you a little bit of time, of course, to spend with our team and really all the good things that you've done throughout the county. And I've heard it, far and wide in the months that I've been here, all the work that you've done and the institutions you've literally put in place, not just the fiscal in paper, but also, locations that we're now able to enjoy. So I want to thank you for that and for keeping our resiliency and really keeping our budget as strong as it's been. Heading into kind of the unknown in terms of what's going to happen next. I mean, you really did put us in a great footing and have a great team in place to carry us forward. So truly, truly thank you. And I know I'll be seeing you through the CCC, but and really thank you so much.
Dwayne, I just want to say, a lot of folks don't understand government finances, and it's not something that somebody can just walk in off the street, even a CPA, and pick up on. The way you mastered our budget, mastered the processes and policies that needed to be in place to protect this agency, this overall government entity, is absolutely incredible. And what most folks don't understand is that means that because of the savings he was able to get us through the credit ratings, through those different positions that he was able to put us in, we were able to deliver even better and greater services to the residents of Monterey County. To purchase facilities that long-term will put us in a position where we will not be paying rent, instead reinvesting that money into the community. Those were all things that you helped lead this county on and put us in a position for a long-term vision. And it's that vision that I'm up here eternally grateful to you for, and also the team you leave behind that you've helped institute those understandings within, because at long term, this county needs that vision, and you've helped create that. And I know that we haven't always agreed on issues, and that's politics, but big picture, you've put us on an incredible footing here in Monterey County, and you've set us up for not 10 years, not 20 years, but 50 years to 100 years of success with many of the projects you've undertaken. So on behalf of all the residents of the 3rd, I am expressing our gratitude to you for all that you've done for the residents of Monterey County. Thank you, Dwayne.
I haven't had much of a chance to work with you either, Dwayne, but a couple of opportunities. There's a number of times I had called you as I was coming on as a new supervisor, getting some understanding of the budget and answering some questions. And you were always very attentive, very knowledgeable. And I could see you had a real grasp of the budget, of the process, of all sides of the question. And, for the brief time that worked together, I'm really appreciative of that and really want to thank you.
Dwayne, thank you so much for all of your years of service to the county, the people of Monterey County. And one of the things that I appreciate very much about you is how few errors there were in the budget books. Inside joke. But thank you truthfully for everything that you've done. And I look forward to working with you at 3CE. Thanks. I mean, I'm on the board. I'm not leaving to go to work at 3CE.
Say never.
Don't get any big ideas, Mary. Dwayne, I'm going to miss you. I'm going to still call on you. I think this resolution is some of the tiniest print that we've seen in a long time. And any single one of these whereases that's listed here would be an accomplishment worthy of a career, a really good career. And you've got a dozen of them. And because of the work that you've done, as Supervisor Lopez said, our county is going to benefit, our people are going to benefit, our employees are going to benefit. You've been able to set us up for success in a way that I think very few other individuals have left that kind of fingerprint and legacy on this county. So it's been an honor to work with you. It's been a pleasure to work with you. It's been I appreciate so much being able to call on you when I need, help me walk through this in, nuanced situation, help explain the background on this, the institutional history that you have about this organization in this county, and our budget is going to be missed. But I think we're in such a better position. It's the kind of legacy that I think any one of us would want to leave our county and our organization in a better position for our children and our grandchildren. And you've really delivered on that vision. So thank you and wish you the very best. And I hope you do keep tabs on us.
All right. All right. Thank you, Dwayne. Miss you both. You're up. I'm going to pass the microphone to Supervisor Wendy Rudasky for the Juneteenth celebration resolution.
All right. Okay. Thank you for the patience and moving me around. I'm going to invite a few folks to come up here with me. I've got folks from our Monterey Peninsula Juneteenth celebration, Seaside Juneteenth celebration. I think I see Roslyn in the audience and anyone you've brought with you. And then we have folks from our Salinas Juneteenth celebration as well. We've got Kendra and Michaela. So come on up, and anyone else you've brought with us to talk today. So thank you for joining us. Oh, good. We've got little ones too. Hello, hello. Thank you for coming to our board meeting today. All right. So we're here today to celebrate a resolution celebrating Juneteenth in Monterey County. And I want to just briefly, Supervisor Adams stepped out, but our country has Juneteenth designated Juneteenth as a federal holiday in 2021. But Supervisor Adams here in Monterey County had started an effort to have Monterey County recognize Juneteenth even prior to that. So thank you, Mary, for getting us to where we are today. So Juneteenth marks the day in 1865 when enslaved people in Galveston, Texas were finally informed of their freedom. 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was issued in the United States by President Abraham Lincoln. It is a time to celebrate freedom, to reflect on the past, and to work towards a more just and equitable future.
Early celebrations for Juneteenth were often referred to as jubilees. They're political rallies where people were educated about how to vote, how to register, how to engage civically as an American citizen with actual voting rights. In Monterey County, we have 2 Juneteenth celebration organizations here with many different community events. I'll give you guys a chance to invite folks out to the different events that we've got organized. I think it's important that as we celebrate Juneteenth, that we recognize that the remnants of slavery continue to adversely affect our communities with racial discrimination in housing and healthcare and other fields that continue to be a challenge despite the passage of laws to end discrimination based on racial identity. Our work clearly continues. It's my honor and privilege to recognize on behalf of all residents of Monterey County that the Board of Supervisors celebrates and commemorates Juneteenth here in Monterey County. So thank you for joining us, and I will just pass the microphone if you want to celebrate or announce some of the Juneteenth celebrations that you have planned.
Thank you very much. My name is Kendra Cabrera, and I am on the Salinas Juneteenth Celebration Association. And this is our 3rd annual event that we're hosting. And one thing we want to do is just recommend that the Black presence in Salinas has been here since the late 1800s. We have been here a long time, and we just want to bring that sense of presence to our presence here to celebrate our culture and to share that with the larger community. We're very much an integrated and also multicultural committee celebrating the richness of Black culture, heritage, and of course, our liberation from enslavement in 1865. Okay. Thank you. And our date of our event is June 17th, 1 to 5 p.m. at Hartnell College. And everyone is invited. It's free, and they've been so kind to host us for our third annual year, but this is our 2nd year at Hartnell College. So please come out and join us June 17, 1 to 5, Hartnell College. Thank you.
And for Salinas Juneteenth celebrations, we have a resolution acknowledging and thanking you for the work that you've done on behalf of our county. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much. Good day, everyone. And the importance of knowing that your presence is not only known, but celebrated is very important. Growing up here as a Black woman was very hard understanding who I was, the role I played, and I realized, you know what, I don't play any role. I am who I am. I'm gonna keep going and make my presence in spaces known, but that was not always easy. There was lots of pushback. There was lots of people who told me if you wanna have a space, you're gonna have to work twice as hard because you're a Black woman and you are in an area where we don't really see you. But guess what? We are here. Are we here? We are here, and we are ready to make it known, to educate you all, and to make sure that we have spaces and we go through the past and have people learn what they can do in the present and make sure we are here in the legacy future. So I thank you guys so much for giving us this resolution, for sticking to it. And I hope to see you out there June 17th, this Saturday, starting at 1, ending at 5. Thank you. Mr. Michael?
Hi, everyone. Yes, give it up. Hi, everyone. My name is Michael DeBC. I've had the great honor and pleasure of getting to work on the Salinas, Juneteenth Celebration Association. Juneteenth, it's not just for Black folk. It's an important holiday in the life of many Americans, but it's also an important an important holiday in the life of this country. So I do look forward to seeing all of you, hopefully there. It's going to be a great time.
Thank you, and well wishes to Salinas Committee for their Juneteenth celebration. My name is Rosalind Green, and I am the Regional Black Power Building and Justice Reinvestment Director with Building Healthy Communities and the founder of Monterey County Black Caucus. And in the wake of George Floyd in 2020, we were all just devastated, not just with George Floyd's murder, but with the pandemic that hit us so abruptly and had everyone, sheltered in place. And so after months of that experience, we knew my organizers with Building Healthy Communities knew that we needed to do something to celebrate us, to, bring some joy and happiness and fun and laughter and family back to our community. And so we launched we actually did not launch, we resurrected our Juneteenth celebration in Seaside, and we started a parking lot of Bethel Baptist Church in 2020 with masks on, and we had opportunity to really just, celebrate each other. And that particular celebration really was the match that lit the fire throughout the county, to include the Salinas who branched off in the next year, and some other folks. So we're really excited. Juneteenth in Seaside started in the late 70s, round about 1978, and we went strong. That was started by the late Honorable Maddie Blakely, and I'm gonna give her two daughters that are here with us an opportunity to say something. We are also going to be celebrating this Saturday, June 17th, starting at 1 p.m. We have an end time, but it really never ends. Come out and celebrate with us. We are happy to have the street closed, Canyon Del Rey closed this year. We have over 88 vendors, resource tables. Come out, celebrate with us. Our kids zone is going to be phenomenal. It is a whole family celebration. We will also have volunteers from Building Healthy Communities out interpreting and helping, guiding some of our monolingual, Spanish speakers, because like Dr. Cabrera mentioned, this is a whole community celebration, and one thing that we do model in Building Healthy Communities is the culture cures. We adopted that with National Compadres Network and the Brotherhood of Elders. And so we are excited to get this going. We have folks flying in from coast to coast. They're coming from Florida, from Georgia, Alabama, Texas. Saturday, June 17th at 1 p.m. at Laguna Grande. And we're going to have that entire block, including the Seaside City Hall lawn where our kids zone will be. We're going to have a nice car show, in the street that's closed off, and food and festivities, family and fun. Come out.
And with that, I'd like to present you this resolution to share for Monterey County Black Caucus and the Seaside Juneteenth celebrations. Thank you so much for everything you do, Roz.
Thank you.
My name is Bobby Blakeney, and I'm here with my sister Helen Staten. And yes, we are the daughters of Maddie Blakeney. She started Juneteenth in the mid-70s, and as a way of trying to educate everyone on the history of African Americans. It is unfortunate that when she came here in the 40s, she was not able to teach. She had credentials that allowed her to teach from kindergarten all the way through junior college. But because of the color of her skin, she was not able to. So she took to the streets. She had the backing of the late Fred Farr. She had the backing of Nancy McClintock, which was an instrumental teacher in the Monterey Unified School District. And she also had the Women's League voters behind her, Corey Miller, so forth and so on, if anybody knows those names. But anyway, as we go forward, yes, this is a celebration. And once again, it is not a day off. It's a day on. Get out and educate yourself about the African-American, Black, Negro, and colored history in the United States. And I just want to mention one thing, that the presence of African-Americans or Black or colored people was here in the 1500s. Thank you.
So
So I didn't plan on saying anything, but it's just a blessing to be up here with those who laid the foundation, those who are continuing the foundation, and hopefully those of us who will continue. So multi-generational, it's just a blessing overall. And so we just want to continue to put the unity in community and invite you all out on Saturday, 17th at Laguna Grande at 1 p.m. Oh, excuse me. Thank you.
We'll
Thank
take
you.
a quick photograph for anyone who wants to be in a photograph. Anyone not want to be in a photograph? Are we good? Okay.
One group, one final photograph. Thank you very much. Happy Juneteenth, and certainly invite our community to attend those two upcoming festivities. And we will not have a meeting next Tuesday because of the Monday Juneteenth holiday. So that's why we won't be back here till our June 27th Board of Supervisors meeting. So we're now moving to appointments on item 9.1.
Move approval.
We have a motion by Lopez. Is there a second? A second by Church. Is there any public comments on this appointment? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion carries unanimously. We're now going to our consent calendar, item 10. And these include consent items number 21 through 64. We'll first ask our board if they want to pull or speak to any of these consent items.
58, I just want to comment.
Okay. Church, who wants to on 58? Supervisor Askew?
Thank you. Just a comment on item, 60.
60. Anyone else? No? Okay. No, let's go to, then before we go to the public, let's hear first from the supervisors. Supervisor Church on item 58.
This is the item, WeatherTech was $1 million going to Laguna Seca, which is great to hear this, that it's a 5-year extension. My only comment on it really is the first $1 million pay was in 2018, and it's going to extend 5 years, I think, to 2028. And it doesn't really take into consideration that the $1 million in 2018 isn't going to be quite the same in 2028. I mean, we already had 60.5% inflation. And I just would raise this in the sense of future contracts when we do something like this, that, maybe we need to take in consideration this by 4 or 5 years from now. We're probably going to have the dollar will have depreciated by about a third. So actually it's more, according to 2018 dollars, more of a $650,000 contribution in real values. And I bring this up just because something's always coming up. We're always looking, trying to find 100,000 here, 150,000 there. And this just seems like a way which we can have a few extra dollars if maybe we're keeping a little sharper look on something, in this case, a sponsorship. So that was my only comment.
Thank you. Let's go to Supervisor Askew, item number 60.
Yep, great. And I just wanted to say thank you. Item 60 is a contract to construct some additional lanes on Blanco Road. It's called the Intergarrison Road Project. It will extend from CSUMB to Sherman Boulevard, approximately 1.2 miles. And it will actually it's the repaving of Intergarrison Road reconstruction project. We have a lot of our residents who've complained about this road for a long time, and we're just really excited that this is actually moving forward. Construction for this project and the Blanco Road reconstruction project will begin this summer. And so it will be a little bit of a burden for folks to work around the traffic, but the outcome will be much improved traffic and safe traffic calming conditions, as well as improved asphalt conditions for everyone who drives that section of road. Thank you.
Okay. We'll now go to members of the public if they'd like to make any comments on any of the consent agenda items. Items 21 through 64. We have nobody in chambers, nobody online. Could we entertain a motion?
Move approval.
Moved by Lopez, seconded by
Second.
Church. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, the motion carries 5-0. Now we'll go to general public comments. This is item number 11 for comments, for any public comments on items not on today's agenda. This is the time to do so, and we'll give you a couple minutes to make any comments not on today's agenda. And if you want to speak, please come to the podium and we will be recognized for 2 minutes. I don't see anybody coming forward. I see people leaving. Anybody online? Okay, let's go to the people online now.
Phone number ending in 902.
Good morning. This is Nina Beatty. On Sunday, Japan began dumping stored Fukushima water into the Pacific Ocean. That radioactive water will travel here to the Monterey Bay and Central Coast on the Kuroshio Current. Since March 2011, hundreds of tons of contaminated water from that destroyed plant already has been flowing every day into the ocean and coming here to contaminate our bay. But this dumping water was used to cool the melted down reactor cores that are so radioactive that no one can get near them. They've been storing that water, and now there's over 1 million metric tons of it so far, because there's no end in sight, and it's stored in a growing tank farm. The Tokyo Electric Power Company, TEPCO, claims they have no more room and no options, but experts say there are other options and that it must not be dumped. The dumping will cause irreparable damage to the global ecosystem. TEPCO in Japan have repeatedly lied about the situation, the toxicity of the water, and their filtration of it, and now admit that it does contain tritium and they can't filter it out. Tritium is radioactive hydrogen with very toxic internal effects to living beings. It's just one of many radioactive toxic elements, many of which Japan is not even testing for in the water. Experts, including citizens, scientists, fishermen, nature groups, and officials in China, Korea, Japan, and South Pacific Islands oppose this plan and have protested against it, but the Japanese government has gone ahead. California and local officials have been silent, though. It will impact us in ocean life here. It will affect the fishing industry and tourism. Who wants to eat radioactive fish or surf on a radioactive ocean or take their children to a radioactive beach? I request that the Board of Supervisors step up and publicly oppose this dumping with all the legal resources at its disposal. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else online?
Christian Snyder.
Mr. Snyder, go ahead.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Great, thank you. So I was reading through procedure, and I believe that I'm doing this the correct way. I plan on filing a lawsuit, or actually amending a lawsuit, including Monterey County, the Board of Supervisors and County Council. By making this statement in public comment, it should trigger a conversation with the Board of Supervisors and County Council. The lawsuit that will be amended will be Mitchell v. Moses, in which the county has participated, and in my estimation, has created an institutional failure. They've ignored cease and desist letters on 2 different occasions that would have prevented harm coming to me if they had followed procedure. The county, in particular, County Council, Irv Grant, buried IA complaints after you engaged the law firm Fenton Keller. The IA complaints have county seals on them. I went to each office and made sure that they had a county seal. There have been numerous due process violations of me being notified to be able to talk about myself or to explain to the public what exactly happened. In addition, Susan Blitch verbally told me and told Genevieve Woods from Intracare on a separate complaint that I was already in a lawsuit with